You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. We got an interesting request. I had to sit down and think this one through because I'm like, well, and it's impossible to answer. Let's just put it that way. It's impossible to answer. Like, what if this thing happened long ago in your life? How would your life be different today? And I like, it's what if Hitler and Stalin didn't have the non-aggression, or actually they adhered to that, and he didn't open up a front against the Russians? What would have happened? It's really hard to say, but that's kind of the question that's facing me. Hey Aaron, my name is Ed, and I live in New York City, one of your most favorite cities in the world. I've been watching your videos for quite some time now, although I am way on the left side of the bell distribution curve. You're left? You're an idiot? You're on the right. Based on how you're writing, I think you're on the right side of the bell distribution. That's all right. You're dyslexic. One of the few I find your content entertaining and very intellectually stimulating. One of the few channels I actually watch on YouTube. Anyhow, I do have one question for you. What would Aaron Clary's life look like had he been born into the age of the internet? Please forgive my repetitious request if you have already answered this question. I tried looking through your library, but you just have too many damn videos. Yeah, no, it's true. No, and I haven't done, this is not a repeat, this is an original. I've purchased Bachelor Pad Economics and Poor Richard's Retirement on Kindle. I would get the rest except for the Curse of the High IQ, since it does not apply to me. How do you know that? Dude, your writing indicates you're not a dummy. And trust me, I've gotten enough emails to know when someone's like, it's logical, it's precise. You like me, you'd be surprised all of a sudden. Oh, don't worry about keeping me anonymous. It's not like I'm the only Ed in this leftist shithole. I would like a video reply. Thanks. Okay, so I had to go back, and I had to think, like, okay, what would have happened? The key thing with the internet, if we had the internet back in my day, like at the volume that we did, is that you would have the world's wisdom at your fingertips. Now, modern day millennials and Gen Yers also have that information at their fingertips, but it then becomes the issue of will they capitalize on it and seek out that wisdom? Will they go and improve their lives? Or will, as is more the case, boys are just going to look at digital porn, and girls are just going to go and get loves and likes over on social media and be attention whores? And it's painfully obvious that the vast majority of society is in it for the whores and the orgasms, which is fine. I'm not judging. I'm very libertarian. But then I had to ask myself, okay, did I have the intellectual honesty? Like, if you went up to old Cappy at 11 years old and gave him the internet with high-speed internet access, would the old captain be looking at porn, or would he be going online to learn how to fix a motorcycle? I can conclusively answer the old captain would have gone look at porn. I'm on it. Every guy would. But I also think, not to pat myself on the back, I always had this curiosity and a hatred for teachers and establishment and authority and parents. Always. And I can guarantee you, just as sure as I'd be going looking up boobies on the interwebs, I would have found whatever various spheres are out there in terms of manosphere, red pill, masculinity, all that. And as much porn as I might have been watching, I would have totally been way ahead of where I am today. And then the paradox becomes is like, well, life would be a lot easier. I'd be further ahead. Would I have the cutting edge personality and the anger and the rage and the fuel and the energy that makes me successful today? And it's kind of the debate of working out. Like, well, yeah, life is easier. A rabbit in captivity is going to live longer than a rabbit out in the real world. But these harsh, painful experiences that I had, not having the wisdom that's now available for free, easily accessible to every young man and woman out there, yet they choose to ignore it. My life would have been easier, but this is not a debate, but an observation I've had about life and pain. I don't think you really appreciate or can grow in terms of strength, not necessarily physical, certainly physical, but mental as well, without challenges, without failure, without confusion, without having to figure these things, without puzzle solving. So it's like I said, I can't answer it, but I'll tell you this. I would have probably worked out a hell of a lot earlier. hell of a lot earlier. Because I would have gotten the information, like, girls want big muscles. No matter what your mom told you, no what the baby boomers are saying, you just be yourself. Girls want a sensitive man. That is probably the biggest fucking lie of propaganda let this piece of fucking shit that was ever shat upon American men back in those days. I would have hit the gym. I would have probably, I know for a fact I wouldn't have majored in finance. I would have majored in STEM. I would have definitely gone into the military. And I would, by today's standards, I would be out of the military unless I liked it. I think maybe I would have. I think I might have been a lifer. So that's one tree branch I might have gone down. But let's say I didn't. I would put in my 20. I'd come out with probably an engineering degree or a master's degree in something. Not only engineering, I'd be bored, sitting there like, okay, what else are we going to do? I'd come out captain or, actual real captain, not a fake one, or a major. 20 years in, and then I'd have I might even become a professor. I'd get my doctorate because I have an intellectual interest in economics, so maybe I have an engineering undergrad. I'd be working as an engineer, but then the more philosophical side of me would go and become a economics professor. I would live in Minnesota. I would have gotten out of the Midwest in half a second. I would have been living in Denver, but the military would have determined that. So again, going down this logical tree branch, I'd be wherever the military told me I had to be. But once I retired, I would have been in Denver or Vegas, where I am now, and I would have had a shit ton of fucking money. Shit ton of fucking money. Not millions, but I wouldn't have no debt. I'd have a house bought and paid for in cash. And I'd have the life I have now. I'd be living on Easy Street. It's just that it would have been a lot less difficult and harder. Now, of course, I would have been shipped off to Iraq. Let's go down another tree branch. If I was in the military, probably would have been shot at. Could have been killed. Could have ended up missing arms. Could have been mentally impaired, IED. Half my brain's gone. There could have been many branches and decision nodes that would have led to that. But I probably would be exactly where I am today without all the pain and agony and the suffering. Because that's what wisdom is. Wisdom is like this anti-pain, if you heed it, anti-pain, anti-suffering pill. It's a time saver. I would have been so much further ahead than I was today because I would have had the information available, but, and this is the key point, I would have actually sought it out. Right now, what confuses me is millennials and Gen Yers, where you have all this information. You don't have to listen to CNN or Fox News. You don't have to listen to the fucking president. You don't have to listen to anybody. You don't have to listen to Obama. You don't have to listen to anyone. You can go online and figure it out yourself. You can look up anything on the internet. But like I said, boys want to watch porn and play video games, and girls want to get attention whoring over on the social medias. Well, okay, that's how it goes. But yeah, if I'm being intellectually honest. If I'm to be intellectually honest, if I had the internet when I was younger, I would have saved decades. And this old haggard-looking face, I love you. Oh, you look pretty young for 42. You do it. I'd look a lot younger. And I'd be in way better shape. And but then there's another thing. Like, well, how would you have done who knows? Might have gotten a gal pregnant. Might have gotten an STD. You never know. So it's again an impossible question to answer. But the short version is I would have saved at least a decade of wasted time. Would have never gone into banking. Would have never gone there. I would have saved a ton of stress and pain and agony. And I don't think I'd ever become a family man. That's been pretty clear. I never want to become a family man. But who knows? Maybe the old captain might have gotten married in the past, but I don't think that would happen. But it would have been a lot easier life. But at the same time, I might have been spoiled. I would not have appreciated what I had, realizing what it was. So that's the problem with wisdom. Is like all these standing on the shoulders of giants, all these old guys, we give you young guys and girls wisdom, like don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And the reason we tell you not to do this because we went through it and suffered the pain and agony. So you just start from there. You can only go up from there. You didn't suffer this misery of majoring in English or whatever else, and then having student debts and having to work jobs to pay yourself out of it. We start you off here, but you don't. Without pain, there is no appreciation. And so that's why I'd be like, maybe I'd be an asshole, like a real one, like, I'd be like, fuck you. Why don't you have a pension? You know, I might be a dude, bro. You never know. So the pain and agony of the journey makes you somewhat humble. Certainly makes you know what it takes. Certainly tells you who your enemies are when they lie to you and tell you to go do this and go do that. We're here. We're baby boomers. We survive. Just do what we say. But don't trust anyone over 30 like we did in the fucking 60s and the World War II generations. Who would trust those fuckers? You get real based, real woke, real quick, making your own mistakes and fumbling throughout the world on your own. But yeah, if I had the internet, I would have heeded it, and I would have come nowhere near to appreciating the wisdom that's out there that I have today, because again, we suffered it. But I would definitely, yeah, it would have been a lot easier. I don't think I'd have my edge. I don't think you'd have this angry middle-aged dude yelling at the internet like you do today. I would not have that. Some people find it charming. Some people like hot sauce. Some people like that vinegar sting. I would not. I'd probably be much more mellow, much more relaxed, probably a happier person. But I wouldn't be me. You would not. I wouldn't be. Let's put it this: you wouldn't have the internet. There would be no asshole consulting. There wouldn't. I'd just be like, I got mine. Fuck fuck you. I'd be out riding motorcycles and hiking still. But there would not be an asshole consulting. Ironically, even though this is based on the internet, because there would have been no suffering, there would have been no pain. There would be like, listen, you stupid fucking kids, don't do this, don't do that, for God's sake. And I would have been an author. That's another thing. I would have been an author. No doubt, I would not have been an author. So. All right, hope that answered your question. You guys got questions? Go to assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.